Hello, I'm Frank Crane. I'm a counselor for the Embry-Riddle Counseling Center, and I'm giving you today the final of the three videos about attention. This one is called Your Attention Please Part 3, The River of Life. Now, in the first two videos, I talked about the importance of attention and the threats to attention. And in the work of Dr. Amishi Jha, a very elegant and powerful solution to problems relating to attention. And that solution was a modern, very streamlined, and excellent version of an ancient practice, namely mindfulness meditation. Now, what Dr. Jha did was working with clients who were soldiers and firefighters and Marines, and also people who were under incredible decision stress. She was able to set up a program of a 12-minute mindfulness meditation, which was done once per day. Then another meditation or other meditations were done on other days. So, for example, you would do 12-minute meditation 5 days a week. They could be the same one or they could be different ones. And then 4 weeks altogether. In other words, a month of this 5-day program. And after the end of a month, you would notice that your ability to pay attention had radically increased. And now that we're on the third meditation, I think it's really important that we see the value of the practice and that we set it up in such a way with ourselves that we really don't want to stop doing it. We want to continue doing this practice, hopefully for the rest of our lives, because the benefits are so great. Dr. Jha said in her book that people had called her program Push-Ups for the Mind. And again, it's a good analogy. Push-ups are very simple exercises. They're not terribly easy. They seem to work at building up your upper body and making you stronger. And for the amount of effort you put out, for the amount of expense involved in doing push-ups, you reap tremendous benefits. And I would say that it's even better with these mindfulness meditation exercises. The 12-minute exercise 5 days a week yields tremendous benefits in your ability to think, to focus, to pay attention. If you were, let us say that you had a terrifically strong grip and a terrifically strong sense of balance, the odds are that these two qualities alone would set you on the road to being, let's say, a really good rock climber. Not that you actually would need to be a rock climber, but if you wanted to do something like that, you would have the ability, or at least the beginning abilities to do it. And so with the meditation exercises, they give you the power to pay attention and not to get distracted. The power to pay attention is the grip, and the balance is the ability to notice when the mind wanders and to bring it back on the job. So, 1 12-minute session a day, 5 days a week, work at it for a month, and hopefully, when you see how good it is, keep going. So that's the big overall program of Your Attention Please. So today we're going to look at the final of the three meditation approaches from Dr. Jha. But before we get into that, I would like to look briefly at what these meditation approaches are overcoming, because there are forces in us that work against attention, and we've talked a little bit about what they might be, but I think I'd like to put in a couple today just to give us more focus, and I think this couple that we're looking at will fit very well with our final meditation. So, one of these interesting features that we have as humans is we get bored. I quoted Pascal that the inability to sit in a room for an hour is one of the things that messes up mankind. And to be ability to sit focusing on a task for 12 minutes is very, very hard. You think it's easy, but then you try it, it's very, very hard. And what makes it hard is the fact that we're not good at paying attention. We're much better at responding to cues in the environment that get us running around doing things. This is really good if you want to be a squirrel, but to be a human being, you have to have sustained focus. So let us look for a moment. The impact of boredom is not just to make us switch between information patches. We also seem to have lost the ability to simply do nothing and endure boredom. This leaves little time for reflection, deep thinking, or even just simply sitting back and letting our random thoughts drive us places we might not have gone while immersed in directed thinking. This is according to researchers at the Oxford, England Social Institute Social Issues Research Center. And this is from the book A Distracted Mind by Ghazali and Rosen. And in that book, the authors cite the work of Dr. Jha. Okay. Another important internal factor that influences our ability to pay attention and do good work is anxiety. And here's a quote from the same book. Amazingly, anxiety disorders have increased 20-fold in the last 30 years. 1 in 5 people suffered from an anxiety disorder in the last year, and 28.8% will suffer from one at some point in their life. More seriously, half of all young people between 18 and 32 suffered from an anxiety disorder during the past year. Now, there's a more specific face to that anxiety disorder, and it's in the word FOMO. If we are sitting doing our job, doing our meditation, we may feel that we're bored. And boredom means there's no reward, there's no payback, there's no dopamine rush. But the other side of that is we're sitting there and we're thinking, oh, maybe something's going on and I should know about it, but I don't know about it, so I better check it out. Oh, fear of missing out, or FOMO, is the anxiety face that distracts us. So the meditation technique, again, forces us, challenges us to stay with it. And we find that by staying with it, we can calm ourselves, make friends with our anxiety, make friends with our boredom, and go on to do useful and effective things and become more useful and effective people. Okay, so that's our preliminary blab. Let us now look at the specifics of the River of Life meditation. All right, we sit in our chair. Probably we'll close our eyes. We're comfortable. It's a quiet room. Nobody's going to burst in on us. So more or less quiet and peaceful. What's our job? Our job is to simply notice ourselves in the present moment. Me, here, now. We breathe in, we breathe out. Aware of present moment, our present moment. Now, our present moment basically consists of a series of events, thoughts, images, feelings, little snips of ideas or what have you. And these are like things in a river. They come floating by. We might notice them, notice what they are, but we don't grab onto them. We don't try to fish them out. We don't run down the bank of the river trying to catch them. That would be mind drift in this meditation. So our focus is right here, right now, in the present moment. Notice there's nothing to grab. There's no point to focus on. There's no path. It's just accepting me now here and noticing the things that might distract us. And a distraction would consist of A thought shows up. We think about the thought. We think about what was connected to the thought and what was connected to that thought. And the next thing you know, we're rehashing some fight we had with somebody last week. And we're not meditating. We are mind drifting. This is going to happen. So we notice the mind drift and we go back to being in the present moment. Now, your job, our job as meditators in this case, is to valiantly stay in the present moment, to notice the mind drift that takes us off with thoughts and feelings and so forth, and to just keep going, to keep being open. And the more we are open, the more we can drop what is unnecessary, the more we can unclench, the more we can see into ourselves and into the world, and the better it gets. As Dr. Jha remarks toward the beginning of her book, attention determines what you perceive, learn, and remember, how steady or reactive you feel, which decisions you make and actions you take, how you interact with others, and ultimately, your sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. So as we're poised in the river of life, these points of Dr. Jha are there at our starting point. And we want to do the simple job of being in the present. Simple but not easy. Being in the present. Pushing back boredom, pushing back FOMO by staying focused. Doing that with the other meditations. So for example, the Find Your Flashlight meditation on Monday. On Tuesday, we do River of Life. On Wednesday, we do Mind Map, and so on with another meditation on Thursday, and then another one on Friday. Saturday and Sunday off. Keep going in that pace for a month, and you will find your attention transformed. This is a really good thing. Push-ups are simple, but they make us strong. Having a strong grip makes us a good climber. Having strong attention, having the ability to balance and notice when we're getting off balance, makes us a good thinker, makes us a person more in control of themselves, helps us to grow and be what we truly want to be. Okay, this is Frank Crane, yours attentively, and wishing you all the mindfulness in this new year. And hopefully we'll be talking in the future. Thank you very much.